Hey guys, welcome back. I just put a couple of snapshots of the finished look of what is going to be seen in this tutorial, so let's jump right in. So basically this is a tutorial just about my all-time favorite products that I've been using recently. I'm going to warn you, a lot of these products that I'm using I did get in my Ipsy bag. They are readily available for the most part at Sephora. Some of them are sample sizes as well. This is a hydrating primer, so the nice part is you can skip the step of moisturizing, just make sure you let it sit. Highly recommend this beauty blender. The color makes it so it's not as obvious that there's makeup on it. Even if you do clean your beauty blender, often your makeup will stain it slightly, so I really do love this color. This is a full coverage drugstore foundation. It is a matte finish. I am wearing 102 for the shade color. I have gone up a couple of shades due to the fact that I have been using the self tanner that is in the background, the L'Oreal. Loving this foundation for summer. I wore it the whole time while I was in Mexico, and you can skip the step of wearing the concealer. When I am finished with my beauty blender, I do make sure to keep it in its little case. I don't put it all the way in so that it can air dry. In the summer, I've been really enjoying bronzing up the cheeks more so than putting blush. I have been really enjoying this e.l.f. Duo. I did get it at London Drugs. I do find this bronzer blends super easily. The lasting power isn't crazy though, so I would suggest doing a setting spray, a step I did forget during this tutorial. This next step, I'm going in with the Glow Kit from Anastasia. I am using the color Bubbly. This is a more expensive palette. I personally love it and I think it's worth the splurge. I'm just going to put a disclaimer in here. During this video, I am focusing like crazy and I do tend to not smile when I'm focusing. I will try to change that. This next product is one of my favorite from Wet n Wild. Their blushes are crazy pigmented, but they blend out like a dream. This is called the Caviar Stick in Copper. I just love this name. It makes me laugh every time. I've been totally obsessed with putting this shadow underneath my powder shadow. I find that it does make the powder shadows last a crazy amount of time no matter which shadow I use. It's just a typical eyebrow kit. I just like using that color because I find it's an easy transition color. I do like to go in with a lighter shade before I deepen the color in my crease as well as the corner of my eye. I find it makes it a lot easier to blend. This palette from CoverGirl, I don't find the lasting power is crazy, but it is very pigmented. That's why I love putting it over top of this Caviar Stick. Still again with that name. After I'm finished my crease, I do just go in with my fingertip. I don't use a crazy amount of shadow. Like I said, it's very pigmented. This next step, I've started doing kind of a two-parter. I have been using the Brow Stylist Definer by L'Oreal Paris. I do get this at the drugstore, and then I also go in with my powder over top. This does give you a more full look, so depending on what kind of look you like, you can always skip one step or the other. I find the powder fills in those sparser areas, and then the pencil you can just draw in kind of fake little baby hairs that you may have overplucked, like I did in high school. I personally don't go and get my eyebrows done, so for whatever reason, one always looks like it's more arched. Even when I did get them done in the past, it still looked that way. Who knows why? One trick that is very important though is you definitely want to go over top of it with the spoolie just to make sure there's no harsh lines or more pigmentation in one area. Next step, I'm using the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner. The color is Penny Lane. One of my all-time new favorite liners. I love smoking out the bottom lash line. It is an easy way to make sure that you're not getting shadow in those fine lines underneath your eye. It's very unusual for me not to feel the need to put on a black liner. I think it just shows how good of a liner it is if I'm willing to give up my staple in my makeup routine. So here I'm just trying to show you guys what the finished look is. I'm being a little silly because this is taking a while. And what do? Drop my product. Seems like you can't do a tutorial without dropping something. This is Physician Formula's Organic Wear Mascara. I love it because it doesn't clump up and it's super easy to do on the top and bottom lashes. It's always available at Walmart. I've never seen them get out of stock. And the next step, we're going to go in with a translucent powder. I don't know. I'm just butchering this word. I make sure not to use too much just because I don't want it to end up looking cakey and going in with the what my boyfriend calls the torture device. I did do both eyes, just decided to cut it, and we are gonna zhuzh the hair a little bit and we are all done. Hi guys, I just wanted to do a quick check-in and show you what the makeup looks like after a couple of hours of wear time. I did go to the theater, so I finished the tutorial at around 3 o'clock and it's now basically midnight. So it did wear pretty well. The foundation has gone down a little bit. I didn't use a setting spray, as well as I find the e.l.f. it looks really good when you first put it on, but it doesn't have the longest wear time. I am going to do a comparison to another bronzer that I use as well, and I'll tell you the pros and cons during that guy. I did want to mention these two self-tanners beside me. I did film a review on those guys, but my mic was doing something weird and I think it was picking up the sound from the vent above me, so I do have to refilm that, so that should be the next video that's coming out. It was in one cut, which really sucks, so it would have been up really quickly. But anywho, I'm gonna try to get this video up as soon as possible, and anyways, this is an up close of how the makeup looks after quite a few hours of wear time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Please subscribe and like this video and leave comments below to let me know what else you guys want to see. Okay, see you guys later.